It's Week 14 of the National Football League, and we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill. He comes in second in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Dolphins and the Jets, and it's all up next.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Jason Sanders is out, ready to kick this one away. And we're underway at Hard Rock. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. They're led out by the 4-time MVP who's been in this league since 2005, Aaron Rodgers.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
Will drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the shotgun, Rodgers. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That's brought in by Lazard. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. 1st and 10 from the 41. Rodgers here from the gun. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 41. Rodgers here off the play action. That's complete to Wilson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York! Tua taken right to the air. Taken in by Smith. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Quincy Williams making the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami. Here's Tua again. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up. Here's Tagovailoa again. This is caught by Jalen Waddle. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Sticking to the air, it's Tagovailoa. He has the first over the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Opening carry for Devon Achane. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing again. Here's Tua. Has him on the quick hitter. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's first and goal. They run the counter to Achane. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. They've held him out twice. Here we go, third and goal. Tagovailoa now against the blitz. And this is going to be a Miami touchdown. To the air here on first down, Rodgers. He'll get this one to Adams. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Brought down that time by Kendall Fuller. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. From the 32. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. Short yardage situation here. It's third and 2. Pressure comes. Rodgers. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So on fourth down, the Jets turn to a fan favorite. It's Thomas Morstead to punt it away. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. The Dolphins are back on offense. Tua Tagovailoa out there once again. And that passing touchdown he started his game off with just what we expected from somebody who you can see is among the NFL leaders in finding the end zone this year. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. So we're through one quarter of this AFC East contest. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They're looking at first down here. Achane on the inside give. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Tua now from the gun. Completed left side to Smith. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on third. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Now it's Jake Bailey who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. And the downhill charge gets there and touches this one right at the 14. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. To throw, Rodgers. Searches from the pocket. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Brought down that time by Kendall Fuller. Only a couple that time, and it leaves him well behind the sticks for a 3rd and 15. They give to Hall on the draw. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A 6-yard run, and now they've got 4th down. Thomas Morstead on the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. Takes this in at the 25. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The Dolphins and Tyreek Hill headed back out on offense. And you can see he's in chase mode, trying his best to catch the league leader in receiving. Right now, sitting in 2nd place. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That offensive line and that O-line coach got to look at those pictures and figure something out. Because you cannot let a defensive tackle defeat your block at the point of attack, or you're going to get a negative run time after time.
That's good for 7 yards. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. Waddle now in motion right. Running with A-Chain out of the gun. And defenders are there to get him at the line. That was Jermaine Johnson there to make the play. Now we have a member of the Jets hurt after that play, and they'll need to get somebody out there to take a look at him. 2nd and 10 now. Hauled in by Waddle. And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets side. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. The Dolphins driving ahead. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Throwing now, Tunga Vailoa has a man, it's Achan. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side from being able to reach that marker on 4th down. That was impressive. Again, it's Tunga Vailoa. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. To the air yet again, Tunga Vailoa able to find Achan. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Well, he sure has come out throwing a good ball today, and the passing game has really been clicking early on thanks to his efforts.
Yeah, his plays really elevated the start his pass catchers have been able to have as a result. And you know what they're all thinking right now? This could be a game where we all get to put up some serious numbers, especially if he keeps throwing it like this.
Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Miami. That gives him a mark of distinction for this season. He's now up to 40 touchdown passes this year, and it's part of one of the more impressive campaigns that we've seen from an NFL QB. First down, Rodgers. Throw right side, caught by Wilson. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The Jets take their first time out. Throwing on first down, Rodgers. Conklin brings it in. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Rodgers. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up. Throwing once again, Rodgers. Built up. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
You know what separates good defenses from great? Good defenses find a way to get off the field. Great defenses find a way to take the ball away. What a great play to set their offense up with some mojo.
The Dolphin offense taking over late in this half. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. First down, here's Tua. Getting out to his left. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Throwing again. Here's Tua. Fits it through the middle. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Miami calls a timeout here. It's 2nd. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. All the left side. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. Jason Sanders leading the Dolphins field goal unit out. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Aubrey puts it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game. So we've reached halftime down here in Miami. The Dolphins have the lead. Now we'll send you up to Orlando, our studios there, for Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin in the AFC South in Nashville. Tennessee hosting Jacksonville. And it's the Titans out in front in that one. The new signee from Dallas, Tony Pollard, a touchdown on the ground. From there, let's get to the Meadowlands to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Darius Slayton, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. Justin Jefferson, a touchdown reception. The Dolphins got some strong play out of their quarterback, number 1, Tua Tagovailoa. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber, Brock Heward. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. And for the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. It's all lined up. Morstead ready to send this flying. Return coming from the 6. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Dolphins ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And he's kept up the pace all season long. To the point, look, he's in the top 5 across the NFL in passing. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. A-chain again. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. That was Jermaine Johnson there to make the play. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Handoff running left, A-chain. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. All right, here we go, 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. This one's taken in by Hill. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Taken in by Smith. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to A-chain. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Back to throw. Here's Tagovailoa. Has it in close. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down.
And he gets in. Touchdown. The Dolphins grow the lead coming out of halftime. Devon A-chain with the touchdown. They start the half with a give to Hall. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Here's Hall once more. He's contained at the line for no gain. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Tries one back across his body, and it's intercepted. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it. And the Dolphins take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. First down, ball at the 36. 2 and out from the gun. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. To the air here on first down, Rodgers. Completed over the... They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out! And the Dolphins got it! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
On first down, here's Tagovailoa. Got his target. It's Hill. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That 100-yard mark, it's as coveted by receivers as it is by running backs, and he's now reached it with that last catch. 1st and 10 from the 41. Running left, here's A-Chain. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Finds him over the middle. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first. A-Chain running to the right. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. So we're through 3 here. It's Dolphins football. They don't got to do much. They've already earned a massive lead. Second and 6 coming up here. They'll stick with A-Chain. And he'll go down here at the 16. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. They'll come up 1st and 10. Staying on the ground here with A-Chain. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Switching it up here. Tagovailoa to throw. And in for the Miami touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock. This one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins grow their lead yet again. Sanders all set to send it away. Gibson now to return. Finds some space, he's past the 30. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. The Jets out to begin another drive. Well, we all know at this point, turnover's the big problem for them in this game, Brock. And not surprisingly, the defense has capitalized on those mistakes on more than one occasion to their benefit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be tough to win football games in spite of, right? But over the test of time, turnovers are the #1 thing that cost you games, especially after that first one. Once there's blood in the water, you feel it with the defense. They get all over you, trying to force another turnover and another and another.
That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Rodgers here from the gun. He'll get this complete to Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but not until... They'll start the drive with A-Chan. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Tua off the play fake. That one's cut along the left sideline. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. They run, it's Achane. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. We'll get a stoppage here. Looks like there's a Jet in some discomfort following that play. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Tagovailoa working from the pistol. Able to find Achane. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. This game right here, partner, has been a really good demonstration of why they value this guy beyond his running ability. Look at what he brings to their passing game as well.
Yeah, a tremendous boost for the offense and a tremendous nightmare for this defense.
Tagovailoa on 1st down. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. He's been as active in the passing game as anyone on this team, and to very good results, Brock.
Yeah, it just feels like, Kate, nobody could cover him. And that's the advantage you have with these elite running backs, these dual-threat guys that can run and catch it. A safety can't guard him, a nickelback can't guard him. Maybe even a corner's not going to guard this guy today.
And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
Yet another example why the ball finds its way in this guy's hands time after time. He's a playmaker, and he knows how to get the yards they need. Maybe not a ton there, but enough to move the sticks.
Running forward, it's Achane. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. First down, Rodgers. No one open, so he chucks this to another county. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Second and 10 now. He's got the hook up to Adams. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Rodgers. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing once again, Rodgers. He'll get this one to Adams. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Again, Rodgers. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. He brings it in. And this is down all the way to the 3. So in the end, it's a Dolphins win here. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Dolphins, your winners, as we say so long from Miami.
Ready.